Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I've been a little bit um lacking on some videos lately. I just been doing some personal stuff with work and stuff, so I haven't been uploading as much as I have been. But I will be having some more videos coming out sooner or later. I'll get back on my video schedule for now. But enough of that. Now we're gonna be reacting to this death battle between Obito Uchiha from Naruto and Darth Vader from Star Wars. Now, my knowledge of these characters, I love both franchises. Now, I did expect that this fight might happen because the similarities between these two are nigh identical. Literally, their backstories are very almost identically similar. They're both characters that had hope in the universe, wanted to use their powers for good, but because of how the shinobi slash Jedi orders are, they eventually get swayed to the dark side. They both get manipulated by the main bad of the universe, a la Madara, a la Palpatine, and both of them get severe injuries that pretty much fucks up their whole body, and they forced to get surgery, whether it's Waizetsu or the robot enhancements, and they basically become the henchmen for the next great wars. And of course, and they get swayed back to light because of talk no jutsu from the main character, a la Luke Skywalker and a la Naruto. And then they find their way back to light. And that's pretty much the synopsis of what makes these two characters so similar and what the battle's about. Now, as far as who I think is gonna win, personally for me, I'm rooting for Obito since I'm more of a Naruto fan. I grew up with Naruto, love Naruto. It was the show that I grew up as a child. I remember watching every Saturdays, watching Naruto on Saturdays every time a new episode came out. In fact, Toonami is the reason why I even knew about anime as a kid. I just thank God Toonami was a thing and they introduced me to so many new animes. The general concept of anime itself, I owe it to Toonami. So Naruto was basically my go-to anime. More than One Piece and more than Bleach, I just loved Naruto and all the great lessons that they had. Star Wars, I'm also a fan of too. Didn't watch the original trilogies until after the prequels, so the prequels just blew my mind because I watched those first and then the original trilogy. So seeing what happened to Anakin just shocked me as a kid. I'm a kid. I did love the original trilogies. The prequels are garbage. Force Awakens is a garbage movie, and The Last Jedi was also terrible, and The Rise of Skywalker was absolutely garbage. Yeah, Disney's new Star take on Star Wars is absolutely garbage, and yeah, Kathy Kennedy needs to be fired. But however, my thoughts on this death battle. Yeah, from I know that I think they're probably going to be going with Legends since that's most powerful Darth Vader. And for what I hear of Legends Darth Vader, he sounds OP. Especially, I watched a couple of videos about Vader and his pull potential. And I mean, not Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and that this dude is pulling black holes and manipulating planets in the Legend comics. I'm like, yeah, the power scaling in the comics is just like a Marvel and DC thing where the characters are more powerful in the comics than they are in live action, which makes sense because our technology is not there yet. And and not only that, honestly, I prefer them more to be monks with samurai powers because they're just destroying. Because if Jedi's were realistically just destroying planets and were exactly as powerful as they are in the comics as they are in live action, like Star Killer, for example, then what's the point of the lightsabers then? Well, I need to use a lightsaber when I can just force push a giant meteor from the sky. It's just yeah. So I just so you should probably just keep it to the lore, keep it to the lightsaber fights. But I don't mind them upscaling now and then to get closer and closer to those levels from the start, and then grow to those planetary feats and stuff like that. So I do know, I pretty much know a lot of Obito's abilities. I do believe when it comes to arsenal and a variety of different attacks and hacks and abilities, I think he's got this in the bag. Now, I do believe, based on that, I think Darth Vader might have the stats. It depends on which version of Darth Vader they're using for this fight. If there's Legends, then Obito's gonna have a hard time, because as far as I know that he's planetary. However, if they do get Obito the Nine Tails, then it should roughly scale them exactly that, and then Obito can just beat him with his hacks and abilities. But yeah, I do think that Darth Vader is probably gonna win this fight, and but I am rooting for Obito since I like him more. And God, what his scene where Obito destroys the Ambu Black Ops by himself and started learning all those new abilities and just killed him. That scene where he's holding Rin in his arm as he's crying with, I ain't saying this world is hell. That tore me up as a kid. That tore me up as a kid, and I love that scene because, like, man, especially seeing like these type of characters where they're like the main protagonist, good characters, and they get turned over to the dark side. Like those storylines are just so impactful for Vader and Obito, especially in them, because the way they turned was very convincing, especially if you watched the Clone Wars cartoon show for Anakin Skywalker and see all the other politics that were in play when Anakin was swayed to the dark side. It makes a lot more sense why he turned the Jedi Order than just watching the prequel movies. Because if you watch the prequel movies, then it's not believable enough. But if you watch the Clone Wars series, it's now completely validated why Anakin left, especially after what they did to Ahsoka too. Just threw her to the wolves without even putting up a fight. And Obito, the ninja code, the ninja world, forcing him to abandon Rin and stuff like that, forcing Obito to abandon Rin because she got caught by the enemy and stuff. Kakashi's about to do the same thing too, until Obito convinced Kakashi to save Rin and stuff, and it taught Kakashi that those who betray their comrades are worse than scum. I just love it. Love it. But yeah, those are my initial thoughts for this death battle, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's get into the episode. Hey,
again,
Brandon. And another death battle: Obito versus Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Obito
Rooting for
Uchiha,
Obito.
secret leader of the Akatsuki. Prime examples of how you could die a
Yep.
hero or live
Become
long
the
enough
villain.
to become a villain.
Dark
He's
Knight.
whiz and
Dark
I'm
Knight
boomstick.
quote.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and
Quote from the
skills
Dark
to find
Knight
out who
right
would win a death
Either
battle.
die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
A long time ago, in a galaxy
Alright,
far,
we're starting
far
off with
away,
Darth Vader.
the Iron Fist of the Galactic Empire ruled
Now they've done Darth
everything.
Vader many times,
All
a
thanks
couple
to
of
the
times
super
before.
powerful super murderer,
Especially against
Darth
Dr.
Vader,
Doom, which
but
was,
beneath his spooky
I don't know why
mask
they did
lay
that. I
the
understand
lust
the
of
thematic,
former
but
nice guy, Anakin
Darth Vader
Skywalker.
didn't stand a
As
chance
a child
against
among
Dr.
the harsh
Doom.
wastes of Tatooine, Anakin longed to one day free his fellow slaves as a heroic Jedi. Lucky for him, he met
Yep.
Qui-Gon Jinn, a Jedi who believed
was the
little Eddie
chosen
was
one.
the chosen one and would bring
The
balance to
Force.
the Force. No pressure, right? So he took him under his wing to become the papa he never
He intended
had.
to,
Or so
Anakin
was the
intended
plan,
to use his powers for good.
until-
Yep, Maul killed him.
Instead, Qui-Gon's
In the
apprentice
beginning,
became
Anakin
Anakin's
wanted to
mentor.
use his power to
While
go
Anakin
back
sought a
to
father
save
figure,
his
Obi-Wan
friend.
saw him as more of a brother. I'm sure that won't cause any awkward tension whatsoever. Drama and trauma aside, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi.
Anakin
He
wanted to
excelled
use
in
his power
lightsaber
to save
combat
the
and
Sand
Force,
people,
an
including
energy
his mother,
field
but
that
then she
binds all
died
living things together.
before he
The
could
Force
use
lets
it.
Jedi
Mom
move
died.
stuff with their mind, fend off mental attacks,
Yeah.
predict
Predict
the
the
future,
future,
and
mind
make people believe
control,
these aren't the droids they're looking
telekinesis.
for. They're basically space wizards.
Yep.
Through rigorous training and a not unnoticeable natural talent, Anakin was particularly skilled in the Form 5 lightsaber fighting styles, Xian and Jem So.
Qian
Also
Jin
known as
Zhou.
the way
The
of
same,
the Great Dragon.
same
You know
style that
big
Luke
Santa Dragon
used
Mando
too.
blew up from the inside? Yeah, make that a lightsaber.
What?
Form 5 is incredibly versatile, well suited for defending against lightsaber and blaster
I
alike.
love the cartoon.
It focuses on blending parries with devastating counterattacks, aiming to win duels through overwhelming pressure. Perfect for the Padawan who just bulldozed his way through training to become a
Yep.
Jedi Knight. Even as a newly knighted Jedi, Anakin could keep up with some of the most experienced Jedi Masters and Sith Lords of his time. But he had plenty of other problems to deal with. like his late-blooming rebellious teenage angst. I mean, you don't just throw a kid into space monk school and expect him to forget everyone he ever cared about, right? Well, apparently that's what he was supposed to do.
Dang.
The life of a Jedi can be difficult and cold. Something Anakin could not
Yeah,
accept.
very
And
much
so,
turned
rather than
on
let his
Anakin.
secret wife die in childbirth, he was seduced to the dark side.
The
through
Jedi
promise
Council
of
pretty
power.
much
And so
threw
began
him
his
right to
Jedi kill
Palpatine.
streak, until Obi-Wan gave him a
Yep.
glorious lava
One of the
bath.
best
How
lightsaber fights in history.
refreshing.
Anakin
But
versus
thanks to his new Sith
Obi-Wan.
master, Palpatine,
God, that was hard,
our young
man.
warrior was saved, reborn,
Especially his
rebuilt.
screaming when
He was
Anakin
now
was screaming when he was
Darth
burning
Vader.
alive. That broke
Vader
me as
is
a
a
kid.
badass. Everyone knows it, and they're terrified of him. I mean,
Yeah.
just look at the guy. As impressive as his armor appears, you might be surprised by its
Yeah,
quirks.
Palpatine
See, while the Jedi
did
view the
it-
Force
did
as
that.
an ally, the Sith see it as a tool from which they draw power through passion and emotion. Most potently, negative emotions. Palpatine trained Vader by not only making him believe he killed his wife, but also ensuring he would never forget the monstrous machine he had become. By making the suit suck ass and piss him
Yep.
off. Seriously, Vader hates this suit.
Yep.
The armor would beep at random
It
times
would
just
tug
to
on
annoy
his
him, and the life
skin.
support system was outdated from the start. Sometimes it would even turn off for
Yeah, it was
several
meant
minutes.
to
That
make
doesn't seem
Anakin
good
weak,
for someone
so
with
that
burnt-up
way it
lungs.
would
And it was so heavy
always
and
do that.
clunky that he could barely walk, sometimes even resorting to moving himself with the Force. Oh man, I knew Palpy was evil, but I never knew he was such a dick. Well,
He did
despite
that to
these
make him
issues, the
make him
armor fulfilled
submissive
its true
and
purpose,
make him
crafting
pissed
Darth
off
Vader into the
constantly.
equivalent of a slasher movie villain commanding a galactic army. Nobody wants to mess with him. Thanks to the dark side of the Force, he can make maelstroms that blast everything away, form barriers that shield from all sorts of attacks, and choke anything that's even a minor inconvenience. Hell, sometimes he skips straight to crushing your lungs. One time, a droid named I-5 tried to kill Vader with a laser stated to move 300,000 kilometers per second. That's light speed, and Vader easily blocked it. And for as much bullshit as Palpatine threw at him, Vader was tough enough and stubborn enough to push through it. Palpatine knew that Vader would eventually try to kill him and take over the Empire. It's how
Yeah,
the
it's
Sith
the
work.
Sith
So he
rules.
constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him to make sure he was still worthy of being his apprentice.
Dang!
Oh, that's nothing. One time, he
Really?
blasted off most of Vader's robo-limbs, destroyed his armor, trapped him back on the lava planet, and told him to make his way back without the Force. An impossible task, yet one Vader accomplished. Yeah, because he really wants
He's
to kill
Palpatine's a
and
dick.
that hatred is apparently useful in keeping Force wielders alive, and has sustained many Sith in conditions that would otherwise
What?
kill them. I'm sorry, Liam Neeson. Should have hated a little more. Vader
Oh,
has killed
that's how
hundreds,
Maul survived that?
thousands of Jedi, including Obi-Wan himself. He's fought entire armies on his own, even taken on monsters the size of mountains. He's so unstoppable, an assassin droid hired to kill him quit
Holy-
the job because he calculated that Vader was impossible
Tell that to
to
Luke
kill.
Skywalker.
And in Ewoks material from the old Legends canon, a real deep cut, we know, lesser dark side users like the Night Sister Sheral overpowered the Sun Star, an ancient artifact capable of shifting moons. A feat which would require energy worth over 12 septillion tons of TNT.
Good
That's 24 zeros.
Good
But if you
God.
want something more recent, here's a planet glowing up while Vader was on it, and he's fine.
What?
But thanks to both his incredible power and the mercy and trust of his secret son, Vader would eventually avenge the atrocities of Palpatine. Even more important, he finally saved someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker truly did bring balance to the
Until the prequels came out, and I mean, no, the sequels came out and pretty much
Hokage,
shat
the leader
on
of
all
the
that.
Hidden Leaf Village and their strongest ninja, respected and loved by all. Though few have attained this title, many have strived for it. One such striver, sadly lacking in parents, wanted to both help people
Naruto.
and be acknowledged by
Like
the
they're
rest of
talking
the
about
village.
Obito.
And what better way to do that than having your face carved into a mountain? If you think I'm talking about
Nope.
Naruto,
Obito
guess again.
Uchiha.
This is the
He
story
had the same
of
dream as
Obito
Naruto.
Uchiha. Obito unfortunately lacked the natural talent for ninja arts attributed to his Uchiha bloodline. So he signed up for ninja school and eventually joined a team with his rival Kakashi, his crush Rin, and their leader Minato. Where do you think I could get into a ninja school like that? Not one that teaches you to harness this form of chakra, a limited form of physical and spiritual energy that exists inside all human beings and, naturally, can be weaponized. He can use it to run up walls and make clones of himself.
And just
but
like
even better,
just
blow
like
shit
Star
up.
Wars, they
This
also
is
employed
ninjutsu.
child
Its many
soldiers.
techniques include elemental attacks,
Creation
and the
via
Uchiha
Hashira
specialize
cells,
in all
substitutions,
things fire.
fireballs,
Big fireballs, small
those
fireballs,
the
waves of fire, columns of
Atsume
fire. You
Venus
name it,
Tsukuyomi,
they've got it. So
Genjutsu.
when Ninja World War III came along, it totally made sense to get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11. Yikes! Well, lucky
Yep,
for Obito,
both
he had one
of
more
them
secret
are
weapon up
employed
his
as
sleeve.
child
Er,
soldiers.
I suck it. The Sharingan.
The Sharingan
Copies
grants
your
extremely
movements,
precise vision,
genjutsu,
allowing someone to
use
see
it for
the
the
flow
chakra.
of chakra, predict an enemy's attacks, cast a variety of genjutsu
And
illusions,
copy
and even break
ninjas,
out of
copying
said
abilities.
illusions.
Too bad he didn't get to use the red eyes much. Like 10 minutes after he got the damn things, he got
Yep.
smushed under a big rock. What a way to go! But since he wasn't expecting to use his super eyes anymore, he handed one off to Kakashi. And then he died. The end!
Yep,
Just kidding.
he survived, and
Miraculously,
Madara
Obito
saved
survived
him
long
along
enough
with
to be
White
rescued by
Zetsu.
another Uchiha, the legendary
Madara manipulated
Madara granted
Obito.
Obito a new body, regenerating the limbs
Yep.
he lost.
You're probably thinking,
When he
oh,
got
this
revealed
swell
that
guy.
Obito was
Except he
really
was
the one
not.
alive,
Madara was brewing some plans for
it
world
was
domination
insane.
and needed a pawn to
Poor
carry them out.
Kakashi, he had
So
to fight him.
tricked Obito into watching
I
Kakashi
feel
kill
bad
Rin,
that he
making
got
fall
manipulated
victim
by
to the
Madara.
Uchiha's curse of hatred.
Curse
Within
of
the Uchiha
hatred.
clan, there exists an ideal of being extremely devoted
Yep.
to love. It has been
It's this
speculated
devoted
that
love
if a
allows
particularly
them to
powerful
unlock the
Uchiha loses
Mangekyo
someone
Sharingan,
important to them,
which is why
that love
Itachi
will
did
be
that.
replaced with an
And
all-consuming
it's the same thing
hatred.
they did to
This is how
Itachi did to
Obito
Sasuke,
awakened his
to
Mangekyo
unlock his
Sharingan.
Mangekyo
Or Red Eye
Sharingan.
2.0, the Mangekyo gave
By
him a new
seeing his
jutsu
loved
called
one die.
Kamui. With it, he can suck his foes into another dimension and leave them there to die. He can even hide weapons in there until he needs them, like his gun by fan. But even better, he can phase through stuff.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives Obito the power to move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpower akin to the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually teleporting parts of his body into the Kamui dimension whenever they overlap with other matter. See, there's his body parts right
Yep.
there.
Well, if it
He's
looks
really
like a duck
teleporting
and
it
talks like a
to
duck,
the
it's
Kamui
phasing.
dimension.
Hands up.
It's how he was able to stab him in the other
Way
dimension.
later on, he also
The
got another
Rinnegan
super
and the
eye. Man, he's
Sharingan,
really swapping
just like
these things around
Madara,
like a Prime
he can
sub on
swap
Twitch.
between both of
This
them.
Rinnegan grants Obito the power of the six
He's
paths,
got
giving him some
gravity,
limited
soul
abilities like controlling
manipulation,
gravity with the Deva path, ripping out souls
and the
with
summoning
human path, and summoning
monsters.
giant monsters with
They can
the animal
also,
path.
if you
With
cut
all
them,
the
they
awful
also
stuff
come
he'd
bro
gone
back.
through,
So it's
Obito
part of the
realized
hack.
that the ninja world was corrupt to its
Yep.
core. His dream of everyone being happy and working together was never gonna happen. So instead, he agreed to carry out Madara's
Yep.
Giga-Brain
And
plan
Madara's
to
the
control
Palpatine.
everything.
Donning masks and multiple personas, he recruited a number of rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki terrorist group and kicked off Ninja World War IV, all to revive the monstrous
Tenses that
Ten
puts
Tails.
everyone in a
I know
sleepy
what you're
juice.
thinking. Wasn't the whole point of this to stop war in the first place? And that's a very good question. Anyway, the Ten Tails!
A living mass of near inexhaustible chakra, the Ten Tails possesses tremendous power. It can create massive thunderstorms and hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating tailed beast bomb.
Forget bomb. That's basically a super nuke. This chakra ball is so explosive, it can eclipse continents and reduce mountains
Yep.
to dust.
Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing that much mass within a fraction of a second must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13 septillion tons of TNT.
That's 24 zeros.
They both have
Obito
24 zeros.
wanted that power for himself and was willing to throw hands with anyone to get it. He's held up against master ninjas like Kakashi, Minato,
Yep.
and even Naruto in his monster energy drink form, which can outmaneuver the fastest
He's
attack
heavy.
from the Lightspeed Raikage.
And he far
He's much
surpassed
faster
all
than
of
that
them
at
when
the
he
end of it.
finally sealed the Ten Tails within
Yep.
himself.
The
Becoming
Nine Tails.
its Jinchuriki. This little makeover granted him unlimited flight, power
Six
rivaling the
paths.
legendary Sage of Six Paths, and the
Orbs.
truth-seeking orbs.
These special little bowling balls can shapeshift into any form the user wants, like a staff, giant arms, an umbrella thing, or this crazy spiral blade that apparently helped shape the whole world. Oh,
Yep,
holy shit,
the
it's huge.
Soonyours
The
can
truth-seeking
generate
orbs can completely
everything's soul
disintegrate
too.
anything they touch at both a
They can
molecular
destroy
and
souls,
spiritual
too.
level.
That's
Only
part of the
those with
hacks,
power of the
too.
Six Paths can resist their effects.
Plus, with the mangle monster in his system, Obito's regeneration got amped to the point where he can survive having half of his body control Alt Delete it away. All cards
And
in
his other
hand,
abilities,
he was ready
he's
for
much
the final
faster than
stages
Light
of the
with
Giga
this.
Plan.
He summoned the God Tree and prepared to launch the Infinite Tsukuyomi, a powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never-ending dream, free of conflict and sorrow.
But the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room. After getting one-two'd by some talk no jutsu, Obito saw within Naruto the spirit of his former self. Someone who was always
just like
trying
when
to
Luke
help
Skywalker
others. And they'd say
invaded.
his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Obito joined Naruto and Kakashi in saving the world, giving his life to protect his friends. And in his last moments, he entrusted them with reaching the dream he had so long ago, to become Hokage, of which they both succeeded.
Though he may have lost his ninja way, Obito Uchiha overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted.
So just like with Vader, they both created the... So, in reality, they both Darth Vader, even though they started off as heroes, eventually went to the dark side, they both returned to the light, and they both accomplished their goal in creating peace for the entire world. Because if the Ninja War never happened, then the nations wouldn't have rised up together. Kage wouldn't have calmed down and wouldn't have worked with Tsunade and the villagers. And after the Kages got clapped by Madara, it made it even more incentive for them to work together to take down Madara. So, in all aspects, both Vader and Obito accomplished their dream in making a peaceful world. So, yeah, they pretty much did. When you think about it, they're both technically the children of prophecy, more so than Luke and Naruto. They both accomplished the dream that they so desperately tried to go. But as far as who I think is winning, I think it's probably going to be Vader, but I'm rooting for Obito. And let's do this. Come on, Obito.
I sense your fear, your anger, and a power.
And we're getting started.
I will be taking it. That power will save this cursed world. You'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Then you will die.
Looks like we're doing 3D animation, just like Kakashi and Obito. Nice.
All too easy. I expected
Got stabbed.
more. I won't disappoint.
Who's gonna win? Hacks versus stance. I think it's gonna be Obito. Come on. Ooh. Not only that, Obito also has a bunch of summoning called through too that can make more the whole time. When he transformed into, is that Rey or is that Padme? I like what they did there. Ooh. Vader has one weakness, and that's his suit.
On the path of the dark side, it is inevitable.
Yep. Ooh, they even pulled out the Nine-Tail. Ooh, he's got to block it. Ooh, this is so good. Yeah. Ooh, he got it. Ooh. Yo, this is good. Ooh. God, this looks beautiful. Ooh. Oh, this is good. A little stiff in a couple areas. Feels a little stiff in certain areas, but overall the fight looks good. The spectacle is really good. Don't get hit by those. Ooh! 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 Those eyes are awesome. Ooh, blasting.
and die.
Come on, Obito. Come on, Obito. I don't think illusions are gonna work on him, but I hope it does. Wait, can it work? Oh, he's using Genjutsu on him. I don't know if this will work, because he can resist it. Oh, it's Padme. Oh, he's moving like this.
Find peace in the next life.
Oh, did that work? Ah, did it work? Did he win? Come on, tell me we win. Yes! Obito won! Oh, yes!
Obi-Wan, but he
Yeah.
just couldn't handle Obito.
This
Obito.
was a
Yes!
truly
I love it.
Both
Yes!
Darth Vader and Obito were roughly even in power and speed, so it truly came down to
Yes.
their arsenals.
And boy, did they have
Yep.
some deep
Oh,
backs and
he's
tricks.
good.
Even some of the same tricks. Both could fend off mental attacks. Both could move things around with their minds. And they both even had options to instantly kill each other.
Vader could simply force crush Obito's body, but Obito could just as easily rip out Vader's soul. However, Obito had a few
Yep.
more impressive options available to him, edging out just
Yeah, he
enough
had
to
more
win.
hacks.
For starters,
Hacks
Cowboy
win.
made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a Jinchuriki, he could regenerate from half of his body getting
Yep.
destroyed. While the dark side could
He has
help Vader
energy
survive
drain.
extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy, unlike the Force, the Ten Tails provided Obito with an unlimited supply. And since chakra is both
Yep.
spiritual and physical energy, this means Obito would be able to fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close and personal with Obito, right? Which left him vulnerable
Yep.
to getting disintegrated by one of the many
Seeking
truth-seeking
orbs.
Or
Those are
even
the
worse,
hacks.
sucked up into the Kamui
Yes,
dimension.
yes.
Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have no way out, he probably wouldn't even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over. Have fun starving to death, I guess. Wonder how long you can feed on hate.
Hacks
Darth
win.
Vader may have had
Yes!
a tenacity that few others could match.
But that
against
ending
Obito's
was-
similar might, busted
that was
regeneration, and
he made
overwhelming
him a
range of
Padme.
abilities, there was no escape.
I didn't think the
In
mind
end,
manipulations
Vader's
will work.
victory just wasn't meant to be.
Now I know in
The
Naruto
winner
everyone
is
has mind
Obito
manipulation,
Uchiha.
and Genjutsus can break out
Thanks for
and
watching.
create
Stay
illusions and
tuned. We have a
stuff.
new Death Battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content.
Yes, Obito
Trial level
won,
members
yes.
even see Death
All
Battles
right,
before
who's
anyone
next?
else, so don't miss out.
Who we got next? Next time. Who's this? Jean Grey, Raven. Two young teenage girls that get bestowed the powers of demon kings. That pretty much demon kings are hellspawns, a la the Phoenix Force, a la Trigon. They end up killing some of their friends in the crossfire. But yeah, so that was a very good death battle. I love the 3D animation. It was a little stiff in some areas. The movements were kind of stiff, but I enjoyed the background music for it. And yeah, I really thought Darth Vader was going to win because of the Legend comics and stuff, but thank God I was wrong. Because of the Nine Tails giving him that much power, and all the hacks were just too much for him, and the fact that he could just separate his body and his sort of teleportation abilities and made it harder for Vader to even touch him means that Vader would have to go on the long range path where Obito can go close range and long range. But yeah, glad I betted on. Yeah, glad I was rooting for Obito. There. And yeah, this is a good death battle. They're really better with the death battle, but the next time. But yeah, not proud of Obito, and like I said, big fan of Naruto. Glad Naruto won on this death battle. Now puts us in a good place. Now for the next time, looks like it's gonna be Raven versus Jean Grey. From what I know, she's the father of Trigon, so I don't know if her powers would work on anything else outside Trigon. But what I know about Raven, that after she reached she achieves enlightenment and gets into her wife form, she basically becomes a multiversal level being. And Phoenix Force, you guys already know about that. It's also a multiversal level being, so I don't think it's going to be raw power in the next fight. Because this fight, it wasn't about stats, and they're both pretty similar in power when it comes to planet destroying and stuff like that, and moon busting feats as well. So just like this fight, the next fight is going to be based around stats. I do think the end result for the next one between Raven versus Jean is going to be similar to Scarlet Witch versus Atanaza, who has more control of their abilities, and I think Jean might win that one because she's been known to use her abilities, will have more control abilities later on. But I do believe that when it comes to control, Raven may have it. Oh, maybe have it, but I think Jean might have more abilities, especially with her psychokinesis attacks too. But yeah, really love that death bow. Hope you guys enjoy the rest. And that's all I have to say for now. Post your comments down below, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you like this video, please report to the official release and watch my channel, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. But yeah, it was really, this was really good. Um, it did though. I knew those truth-seeking orbs would do damage. Those truth-seeking orbs would be the only thing that could really finish off Darth Vader, because yeah, Obito had more hacks that could instantly kill Darth Vader. But yeah, looks like Obito's hacks outpaced Darth Vader's stats. Anyway, peace.